What is up, guys? So I'm getting the same question: what is my favorite phone, my number one pick for the $200 to $300 price range? Now it varies depending on what you're looking for, so that's why I make the top fives. But if you want to know my overall pick, it's going to be the LG G8. So let's break down 5 things that I love about this phone. Alright, so the first thing you're going to love is obviously the price. So the price on this, you can find it for $200, locked to AT&T. I have the T-Mobile one locked, or you can get the unlocked version for a little bit more, around $266. So that is a super solid deal for pretty much a flagship phone. So you have a excellent design on here, glass and metal design. It's IP68 and dust and water resistant, so you're getting a very premium phone. And I've done a review on this, so I'm just gonna sort of go fast with this. I'm not gonna go super into detail. Please be sure to watch those. I've done gaming tests and everything on this phone, camera comparisons, everything you want. Be sure to check that out on the channel. But number one is definitely just the price to the hardware ratio. You're getting a premium phone for, you know, pretty much nothing. Next is going to be hands down the display. LG makes some of the best displays, and this is no exception. It's a 6.1-inch 1440p display, super high pixel density, 564. So pretty much what that means is that it looks really good when you look up close. Text and everything is just sharp, icons are sharp. It's very impressive. And like I said, it's an OLED display, so you get to take advantage of the always on function. Number 3 would be gaming. So the speed on here is just awesome. You have Android 10 with the Snapdragon 855 and Adreno 640 GPU. Basically what that means is that you can pretty much play anything on high. This is a gaming beast. It's something I really love about this phone because it's cheap and it can pretty much do anything that you need it to do. So if you're trying to game and play PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, or whatever, you can play on high settings, no problem, no frame rate drops. Be sure to check out that gaming test video if you want to see it all for yourself. And you have 128 gigs of storage, so you can download as many games or movies and music as you want with 6 gigs of RAM. So this phone is plenty fast. Next would be the camera setup. So on this US model, you have a dual camera setup. It's a 12 megapixel standard and a 16 megapixel ultra wide, 4K 30 or 60 FPS. It's very impressive, and you have a 8 megapixel camera up front that shoots in only 1080p though, but the back cameras are really impressive. I really like video on here and taking video because it's super color accurate, so you don't have to go and edit colors and stuff like that. It's something that I really like, and as you can see from the photos, you get a really good camera as well. So the cameras on here are really great. Next would be the audio experience. So you do have a headphone jack and you have great equalization settings on here. But what I love about this is that you have the quad DAC. So if you're really into listening to music on your phone, you can go ahead and put some wired headphones in on here and download your high quality audio files. You can get some really great audio out of here. So this is really great for people that are really into music on their phones like me. The speakers on here, they're not better than the G7. I say that a lot, but if you want like a good just loud speaker, I recommend you probably just go get the G7. You still have the quad DAC on there, but the G8 speaker is decent. It's not bad, but yeah, music listening on this phone is going to be excellent. The experience is really great. Last would be battery life. So out of the G7 and V40, this phone has been an excellent performer with battery life. So you have a 3500 milliamp battery. You also have 21 watt fast charging on here, as well as 9 watt wireless charging. So this is a battery beast, and like I said, out of the G7 and V40, this will definitely get you through a day, no problem, a day and a half, even if you're a light user. So that's something that I really appreciate. It has really good standby time as well, even with the always on display. So really love that about this phone. So those are the 5 reasons why it pretty much checks off every box for, you know, most normal people. So obviously if you are super into media, you might want to go for something like the Mi 9T or the 7 Pro for the full screen display, and just little niche stuff like the 7 Pro has a 90 Hz display. So it really just comes down to that. But if you're not super into specs and you don't know what all that is, then this is going to be fine. This is the best that you can do for that price range. So thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.